Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like we have some kind of technical difficulties, so we kind of have to make a new. No, we don't. We don't. No, I hope nobody left. I hope nobody left. Uh, we're gonna create a new lobby because somebody disconnected. Oh, actually, Sir Sapel. He don't leave. Okay, okay. Never mind, guys. We had some. It's fixed. So. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to round 4, season 2 in EFL. I'm the commentator and owner of EFL, Sir Eric Salama, and you're watching the race in Belgium, Spa-Francorchamps. And I'm gonna once again put the voices a little bit down because I can't stand these freaking master volumes. I hate them so much. There we go. Looks like we have a dry session so far, but we'll see how the track is gonna play out. As we have 19 drivers here today, as looks like the Mercedes drivers are the first one to go out in the track, and we already have some comments saying like from Viso Madness, wet race Spa, you muppet. No, it's not a wet race. Oh, if it is wet race, then yeah. At least the qualifying is dry. Some beautiful sunshine in the qualifying, as we have many drivers in the track at the moment. Like I think a lot of drivers going out immediately in the start of the qualifying. So but ladies and gentlemen, please predict the top 3 for the qualifying, and if you want, predict the top 3 for the race. And I don't know, Spa-Francorchamps, very historical track, very easy to overtake. Well, of course, Mercedes in real life, they've won here so many times in previous years. And then of course yeah, Mercedes has won a lot of times. I think Ferrari won here in 2018 with Sebastian Vettel winning here from P2 when he qualified P2. So yeah, 16 minutes remaining in a qualifying session, and we'll see who will be the first one to set a lap in this track. There's a lot of corners in the track, as I really actually I don't know how many corners there are in Spa-Francorchamps. So I'm just gonna Belgium Spa F1 track corners. There we go. Okay, so apparently this track has a lot of corners, 20 corners actually. Wow, that's a lot. That's hell of a lot. And this is because almost every single driver is in the track at the moment, so there's literally not going to be any space in this qualifying session so far. I think Duckbird, who is P3 in the Drivers' Championship with 30 points in the last 3 races, he's got 3rd place in Austria and Silverstone. So first 2 races he did, he finished in the top 3. Then last race he unfortunately DNF'd. Did that Radillon Rouge corner section beautifully, and now he's opening his DRS and coming towards the Camel Straight. Maybe the best overtaking opportunity in this track. Sector 129.9. Drops down to 3rd gear, back to 4th, 5th, 6th. As I want to see a TV pod view of his lap, he upshifts to 4th, keeps it in 5th, drops to 4th. So he's playing a lot with the fuel and a lot with the not fuel but gearbox. Drops down a little bit in Pujon. It's very easy to invalidate the lap, like you go wide and immediately poof puff, it's invalidated. Beautiful helmet by the way for Duckbird in this race, I like it. Let's go back to broadcast mode. Sector 2 time is going to be a 14.9. I think that's pretty good sector time, so I believe he will be doing a 42 or 41 lap time. I think it's going to be high 41, so 41.7 or 41. I think it's going to be his lap time in this first attempt. But he's coming towards the bus stop chicane. Turning to the right, turning to the left, and we'll see where Duckbird can put his Williams car, loses a little bit the rear, and he sets a 143.4, which is immediately beaten by Viso's 142.2. So we'll see who else is in the lap. So I believe Marius Daniel is next driver to set his lap time, his first one. as we have actually Maikon sitting at 42.8, Hartzer sitting at 45.2. He is a reserve driver in EFL, so very good to see that Hartzer is doing very, very well in this Grand Prix. Marius Daniel coming towards the corner, and he will set a 43.2, which will move him to P4 position. Leo goes P2 with 42.2. We have Sir Chappelle, who's invalidated his lap time. Artie has invalidated his lap time, and we have Cartel coming to the final corner, and he will set a 42.7, and it will move him to P3 position. So very good lap from Cartel. As Baker's going to the pitch, Jake is in the pitch, Matt is driving in the track. I think, is it raining? It actually seems the weather changed very quickly from dry to like light cloudy, and we have actually one more comment coming. It's Sector 2 is 14.9 from Matt, who is driving the McLaren car here today. And Yoni is saying hello Yoni. Always great to see, great to hear from Yoni. Yoni the man, the Finnish fan of this league. So very good to hear from you, Yoni. And Matt is coming towards the bus stop chicane. And let's see, can he beat the provisional pole position time, which is a 42.2, and he doesn't open his DRS, and it is 43.3, which will move him to P8 position. And rest of the drivers are in the pits, and I see light rain in the track. There is a light rain definitely in the track at the moment, so it will be very difficult for everybody to improve. And we have Leo, who has DNF'd from this Grand Prix, and it is raining, ladies and gentlemen, it is raining, so the first 12 positions are in, because it started raining in Belgium, Spa-Francorchamps, and it was very crucial that these drivers got the final ones. They got those first ones, and now it started to rain, and now I think, yeah, a lot of drivers are retiring from the session, so this was basically a one-shot qualifying here today. And ladies and gentlemen, if the rain doesn't ease up, we have UDFM Viso, who is gonna take the pole position in his home Grand Prix. Unbelievable, because yes, it is. It's actually raining in the track. It's actually raining, so Sir Chappelle is going to start from last place. Taze Levo is not even participating to qualifying. He's not Grand Prix, so we might have a new championship leader after this Grand Prix. So this was a big surprise. So the first 12 runners have made sure their first 12 positions in the track. I mean, for the race. And we have a new comment saying from Yoni, MP bar Honda. Yeah, Honda. What a long qualifying, said Leo. Yeah, it's a very interesting qualifying actually. As is the rain gonna ease up, or is it gonna stay for the whole 10 minutes of the track? It's on 10 minutes of the qualifying. I'm gonna say from driver's point of view, because this was very, yeah, the DRS is disabled, so it's definitely intermediate. In this qualifying session so far. So ladies and gentlemen, Viso has taken pole position in this Grand Prix, with Leo taking P2 and Cartel in Renault taking a P3, very good P3. So yeah, that was something. Ronnie, actually he did his lap with a medium set of tires, so he will be safe. So starting top 10 with the mediums, that was very good from Ronnie actually, but the lap was 1:43.6. And we have Baco, the North American Canadian, in the wall. He ran out a little bit. It's impossible to drive in these conditions. And we have a new comment from Leo saying, I got P2 running on lean fuel mix. And Viso saying pole, POG, oh my god, because he's a Belgium driver in Belgium getting pole position. So home Grand Prix pole position, there's not a better feeling than that. That was a great lap. You got the pressure done, you got the pole position, and now it's rewarded. But you never know, maybe the rain is gonna stop in a few seconds. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it is intermediate time, so only the first 12 guys in the beginning who set the lap times, yeah, they got the first 12 positions, so nobody's gonna improve in this session anymore. So yeah, let's see what these drivers are gonna do. Are they gonna just retire, or are they gonna drive with intermediates? Some are driving intermediates, some have retired. And there are new comments coming from Viso. He messed up a bit. It's for 10 minutes, so the rain is not gonna ease up. The rain is not gonna ease up. So that's very unfortunate though from 13th to 19th, because a lot of drivers got screwed over because of this immediate rain coming to the track. But that was good. It's good. Like, you have to be on your toes. You have to wake up. You have to realize, is the rain gonna come in the next 2 minutes, or is it gonna come in the next 12 minutes? Because this can also happen in league racing. you a little bit think, alright, if I go a little bit later on, the track improves a little bit, I'm gonna get a better lap times. Oh, it started raining after 1 minute. Oh, and now I'm screwed. I'm starting from the last place. And then there's guys who set the banker lap immediately, and boom, that's pole position. So that's the beauty of Formula 1 actually, like, you take risks, you go early out, you drive your lap, and then rain comes and stops everything. That's good. That's also a pretty good thing to see in league racing, to be fair. And Marius Daniel saying qualifying is over. Yeah, broadcast is 20 minutes. It's, yeah, so I think many drivers here are gonna probably retire, or then they're just gonna drive with intermediates for some reason. I have no idea why. I have no idea why they're driving intermediates, but alright, we're gonna see some rain skilling from these guys, and very good driving from Tugbird. Everybody's in the pits actually. Blow Up is throwing with the intermediates. He set a purple sector 1, which I believe is a game bug in the system. Okay, now I have to read comments because nobody's gonna improve, so come on, keep the comments coming. 2 out of 4 races I qualified P2, so yeah, you're definitely improving your chances in the championship. And of course, as Tage Leroy is not racing with us here today, who is a championship leader, it opens up the door basically to everybody to catch up to Tage Leroy once again, because he will be losing 25 points, and somebody will be getting those 25 points and catch up to Tage Leroy. Example, we have Leo, who's only 8 points behind him. Then we have Tugbird, who is 20 points behind Tage Leroy. Then we have Sir Chappelle, who is, well, he started from P18, but he's 38 points behind his teammate. But anyways, I mean 32 points behind his teammate. Yeah, come on guys, keep the comments coming. These drivers want to drive with intermediates. Oh my god, they're driving with inters. I can't believe it, they don't want to retire, they just want to drive with inters. Alright, so that's cool, that's cool. Come on guys, come on guys, just retire. That's it, you can retire if you want. We have from Leo, from Viso, insert Senna P1 Brazil noises. Alright, so how do you do that? So okay, I will do it myself. Okay, one moment. I need some practice. Belgium! No, wait. Viso getting pole position in Belgium, Brazil. Okay, that's enough, Viso. Congratulations for Paul, man. Congratulations for Paul in your home Grand Prix. They are just doing practice for the wet part. Oh, so it's gonna rain in the race. Alright, so that's good to know. So definitely it's gonna be raining in the Grand Prix. And Baco is gonna set a lap time of amazing I mean, we have Blow Up who set it at 2-minute lap time. We have Archie who set it on 1:56, moving to P13. So it's a battle for, I don't know, for P13. And we have a spinner. We have a spinala. It's Blow Up who's throwing backwards. That's not allowed in Formula 1. There we go. He did a 360 donut and he continues. And we have a new comment again from Viso. Okay, Paul, ah! Alright. Fuck it, no axle, no one. I was gonna do softs in wet track. Okay, yeah. Oh, I wanna see this, like, so guys, you will have to watch this practice for the race. So these drivers are gonna practice wet start for the Grand Prix. So alright, that's cool. I don't have anywhere to go, so I'm stuck here for the next 4 minutes, unfortunately. I can just read out the comments. MP Mercedes F1 team. Does it work soft and then Inter MP Mercedes? Okay, I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. Greg is doing some interesting lines. That's good practice from Greg. In that when his drawing kind of reminds me of Jolyon Palmer at the moment. Like, I don't know why, but Jolyon, he was a good driver actually, but yeah, definitely Jolyon Palmer. In a way. Then we have Baco, who is in the sand. Sandman, Mr. David Hasselhoff, Mr. Baco himself, the ace, Archie, reserve driver for EFL, it's funny to see that we have some drivers who are like 1 second off, and then they have like 4th and 6th and 5th. So it was good to see some change to the grid that we don't always see. Sir Sapel on pole position. That's like good to see. We see some new names. I like the rain or the mixed conditions, making a random factor in the Grand Prix. I love to see that, definitely. And we have comment from Viso again. I tried to do another lap on softs because I saw mid-lap it got so bad it was impossible, so I concluded I had pole. Oh, that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. 2 minutes remaining from the session. Only like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 drivers who are still driving in the pits. I don't know what they're doing. Are they watching their telemetry data, or are they watching Netflix, Pornhub? Who knows? I don't know. Hope it's not the last one. It might relax you a little bit actually if you get some steam out of your system, of like that extra power off. You're gonna be more relaxed and yeah, okay. But yeah, Jake, he's in his lap, but he has unfortunately invalidated his lap. That Ferrari looks very good in rain, but actually Ferrari's P16 and P19 actually it's same as we've seen in real life actually. So so Sap in P18 might have hope. Yeah, exactly. But it's Sir Sap. You never know. He's a season 1 champion of EFL. Actually, good story about Sir Sap in season 1. In season 1, we drove a 21 race season calendar. So basically, we drove from Australia to Abu Dhabi. And after 10 Grand Prix, Sir Sap was only in 7th place in the championship. We tied from first 7 Grand Prix. Yeah, and then in his 8th Grand Prix, he got his win. And after that, he was like, I don't know, 110 points behind in the championship. And in the end, he won like by 60 points. Because when he won his 8th Grand Prix, there was a 10 race win streak for him. Like, he won from Silverstone to Hungary to Germany to Belgium to Monza to Singapore to Japan to Mexico. Like, he won all the Grand Prix after that 8th Grand Prix. I don't know what happened to him, but he started winning every single GP he participated, and that's how he won the Grand Championship in EFL. From being 110 points behind and then winning the championship already in USA. That's the thing. That's how amazing this guy is. When he gets the momentum, boom, that's it. You can't stop him. Whereas we have 24. Oh, thank God we have 24 seconds remaining of this qualifying remaining, but he shifted like 8 times, yeah. So Sap in back isn't even going to make the straights. What is he doing in the corner before the name? Leo is putting a smiley face. He shifted like 8 times, and alright, they're just chatting with each other. And the qualifying is over, ladies and gentlemen. So it looks like nobody's gonna challenge Viso's lap time. So wait. It's not over until the fat lady sings. Maybe somebody's gonna take pole position. Is it gonna be Jake? No, it's not gonna be Artsy. They're just 15 seconds behind the pole position guy. But hey, maybe it's gonna be Jake. It says now it's 151 for 52, but we never know until he crosses the finish line. So is he gonna take pole position? Oh, he didn't. What a surprise! He only lost by 18 seconds. Wow, that's incredible. But we have Greg Jimzar, who hopes to set a lap time, and he has a chance actually to get himself to P13 if he's lucky. But it looks like the rain has, and he's put it purple sector 1, at least in my screen it showed purple sector 1, so that's some mighty driving from Greg. And he's actually lost his car a little bit, but he's gonna drive his lap to the end, I believe. And we have a new comment from, and yeah, so close, I got nervous to... Alright, so Viso is just talking with somebody. So Viso is so comfortable, he got pole position, and now he's writing everything to the live stream chat, so... The man has balls, have to give him that. In his home Grand Prix, home qualifying, he was the first one to go on the track, and he was the last one to take pole position. So, very incredible job from Viso. So, yeah. Greg will get pole. I believe so. He put it at purple sector 1 in my screen, so he's gonna get pole position. Let's see. Hey, purple sector 2. Do you see? If you see the minimap, it says the purple, so he might go for pole. You never know. It would be first time to see intermediate guy goes on wet to pole when a dry guy set a time with slicks. Doesn't make sense, doesn't it? Does it? Alright, so we'll see. He's already 10 seconds down on Viso, but we never know. He might challenge for pole position. He might get a 2-minute lap actually. But he would move to... come on, make a lap. And it's P14 for Greg. So very good qualifying for him actually. Only losing to Blender from the Inters times. Alright, so in pole position we have Viso taking pole position in his home Grand Prix, Leo in P2, Cartel in P2, so very surprising top 3. I would have got a lot of money if I bet on these guys. Mike in P4, big surprise, Marius P5, Hearts a very big surprise in P6, Misu P7, Matt P8, Tuckbird P9, Woney only drive with mediums in P10, and then we have Kamiap, Blender, in P11, P12, and then we have intermediate pole position time of Artsy, 154, who's 8 seconds quicker than nobody else, and then those drivers who haven't set a lap time. As I'm gonna quickly save the clip and take screenshots, because yeah, that's very surprising top 3 actually. I believe that like not seeing Sir Sap in pole position, that was a big surprise for me, definitely. Alright, let's see what the race is gonna give to us. Is it gonna be raining or is it gonna be sunshine and glowy? And it looks like it's gonna be a dry session here today, ladies and gentlemen. So the rain might come in the middle or in the middle part of the Grand Prix or the last part of the Grand Prix. So yeah, definitely. But yeah, we'll see. Viso is gonna start from pole position in his home Grand Prix here today. How he's gonna feel the pressure from everybody else. Leo, who is in P2 in the Drivers' Championship fight, he wants to maximize his results because Taze Leroy is not racing with us here today. And that is Taze Leroy's first DNS of the season. He won 2 out of the last 3 Grand Prix, and now he's missing 1 Grand Prix, and that will open chance for the others to catch him up in the Drivers' Championship. But alright, for race lap starts, we're gonna go through the grid. And in pole position we have UDFM Viso, Belgium driver in Belgium track in pole position. He's gonna lead the field to turn 1 and to lap 1. Alright, and here we have the tires, fastest laps, enabled, everything is enabled, excellent. Alright, so in pole position, once again, Viso in his Mercedes car. P2 goes for Leo in Red Bull Racing. P3, Renault drivers Carl Turl 84. P4, Racing Point driver Maikun. P5, another Red Bull driver Marius Daniel 09. So 2 Red Bulls in P2 and P5, not bad. P6 goes to Racing Point driver Hatsa, very good comeback as a reserve driver. P6 in his second race in EFL, his best qualifying ever in EFL. Because he was racing in Season 1, and I believe his best qualifying there was P12 in 21 races. So very good to see Hatsa improving a little bit from that. Misachua Misu in Alpha Tauri car in P7. Matt McLaren Racing P8. P9 goes to Williams driver Tuckbird. P10 Mercedes driver Woney, who starts the Grand Prix with the medium set of tires. P11 goes to McLaren driver Kamiap. P12 American Dream in the American car. Haas team Blender in P12. P13 Archie, who is a reserve driver, and here you can see the strategy. It's either one stop with the mediums or one stop with the hards. You pit lap 9, lap 10 to mediums, or lap 8 to lap 11 to hards. Greg Simzo, Renault driver P14. Blow up Williams driver P15. Baco, Canadian in a North American team in Haas P16. Ferrari driver Jake. Basically we have all 3 Ferrari engine cars in the back, which is pretty realistic in a power track, even though this is equal league. But still, it's great to see Ferraris down in the back because that's where they actually belong, Ferrari engine cars in power tracks. But anyways, Jake in P17 in Ferrari, Sir Sapel with Alfa Tauri, with Alfa Romeo P18, and Laxon, who had a qualifying ban. Actually, Laxon and Jake both had a qualifying ban in Ferraris, P17 and P19. As we have Viso already in a grid, so now we're waiting for the permission for the 5 red lights, which is given by the FIA. But like Michael Buffer always says, Ladies and gentlemen, thousands in attendance and millions watching back home, let's get ready to rumble! As we have Vaizo, Leo, Carltel, Michael, Marius, Hatsa, Misu, Matt, Tug, Woni, Kemiep, Blender, Archie, Greg, Blow Up, Bako, Jake, Sapel, Laxon, coming towards the grid as we're waiting for the 2 Ferrari cars to come to the last places of the grid, and then the race can begin. And now the referees or the stewards are waving the green flag, which will mean it's going to be 5 lights, and away we go very shortly. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go for the Grand Prix of Belgium. Round 4 here today, and Leo is already challenging Vaizo to turn 1, round the outside. They're going to go side by side with each other. Very clean start from these drivers, and a little bit bumping, but nothing too serious. And looks like Leo got the lead from Vaizo immediately in this Grand Prix, and Carltel follows them closely. Then we have P4 battle between Tug, Marius, Hatsa and Misu, and they're going to come towards the Camel Straight, but we'll see what's happening in the front. And we have 3 cars going side by side with each other in the Camel Straight. What can Vaizo do? Is Vaizo going to lose 2 positions as we have massive crash in behind? We have Marius Daniel out of the Grand Prix, and then we have probably a Jake out of the Grand Prix, but Marius has lost his front wing, and that's a VSC, ladies and gentlemen. Marius Daniel has lost his front wing completely, so that will be a very, very long Grand Prix for him, as we have Bako and Blow Up also who were participating in the incident. But I wish we had a replay, because I would have wanted to see what would have happened in that situation. As Sersapel also included in that incident? I believe it wasn't, but only driver to actually lose some time on that was Marius Daniel, and VSC is out and lights out and wave go once again, and Carltel is challenging Vaizo for turn 17, and is he gonna get the maneuver done? They're gonna going side by side with each other. Sapel got a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags, so this championship defending for Sapel is not going well. Season 1 champion who won the championship last season hasn't started this season greatly at all, as this is already 4th round of 12 races we have this season, so it's not a good start for the championship for Sersapel. But we'll see. Vaizo is still following Leo very closely. Carltel follows, and Duckbird, beautiful stuff from P9 to P4, actually completely missed that, as we have Misu overtaking Hatsa, because Hatsa is actually going to the pits, so we'll see what tires Hatsa is going to take. There we go. Hatsa actually lost his front wing, and we have speeding. What happened to Sersapel? Sersapel lost this in sector 3, so has he retired in the pits? As we have still yellows in sector 3, so Sersapel, it will take miracles for him to defend his championship this season. All 4 Grand Prix so far are second DNF, DNS and DNF, so that's very unfortunate for Sersapel season so far, as we have still yellows in sector 1, as Carltel overtakes Vaizo. Vaizo has made some kind of mistake, so what on earth happened to Vaizo? As Vaizo has lost his car completely and coming dangerously back to the track, so Vaizo's chance of winning this Grand Prix also going down the dumpster without a safety car. That's very big shame for Vaizo, who took position in his home Grand Prix, but that means we have new challenges for the win today, who are Leo, Carltel and Tuckbird. As Misu actually following very closely to Tuckbird, so battle for P3 is juicing up very nicely, as we already basically have 3 drivers who are well, not out of this fight for the win or fight for the points, but in a long distance away actually. But Jesus Christ, it's been a very very hectic Grand Prix. It's very exciting, as McLaren driver Matt wants a little bit wide, as Misu is trying to challenge Stuckbird for P3 position, and we'll see, is he going to dive it up the inside in bus stop chicane? Is he going to dive up the inside? Now he's looking for better opportunities, as we have Greg overtaking Maikun, but Greg, who started the race in P14, as Maikun is spinning also, so Maikun has also probably been collided in an incident, and he will take either mediums or the hards to the end. As we have Matt losing positions to Misu Matt almost losing position to Ronnie, and is Ronnie gonna challenge him to ruddy long corner? No, he's not. As we have Miso Tiramisu, and Leo is actually losing the lead to Cultural. So Cultural is taking the lead of this Grand Prix. I completely missed this. I was too focused on the P3 battle, but Duckbird looks like he's gonna keep the position for a little bit longer. As we have Jake and Laxon fighting for position 2 for our drivers, going side by side with each other. Two drivers who started in last places due to qualifying bans are now in P10 and P11. So from P17 to P19 to P10, P11, not bad. Not bad at all from these drivers. But still, the battle for the P3 is going ahead, and battle for the lead actually, battle for the win between Leo and Cultural. Leo is following him very closely, saving his EOS, and actually Cultural using all of his EOS, and I believe he's underfilled his car, which would explain why he's so fast in the beginning stages of the Grand Prix. But hey, he got the results done, he's leading the Grand Prix, and he's doing very well. And Jups Kasi saying Lopeta. So alright, so who you are? Yeah, stop what? Like, what do I have to stop? Alright, so Matt has actually overtaken Misu Tiramisu, and Yellow's in sector 2, and we have a VSC. VSC is out, ladies and gentlemen, and I believe somebody has spun, and I believe that was Hatsa, and that's why we have a VSC here today. And actually Cultural has over 1 second gap now to Leo, which would mean that Leo is not going to be able to get this DRS opened. Also, there's a big gap between all of these drivers, and we have actually a new comment saying. Alright, so there's just a little bit of comments coming in a live stream chat. And I believe the VSC is going to be out, and Ronnie is already trying to challenge the P5 driver for the P5 position. And okay, now it's VSC is out, and now Duckbird has lost tremendous amount of time, and now it's 4.5 seconds to the front, and now McLaren driver Matt is challenging him down the outside, but he couldn't make the maneuver stick. He has to wait for better opportunity, and we have Weisel, who's actually overtaken Laxon for P12 position. So very well done for Weisel, getting the comeback. Started from pole position, spun in the earlier parts of the Grand Prix, and is now in a mission to get back to the top. And Matt has overtaken Duckbird for P3 position. And we have Duckbird down in P4, and now he's being challenged by Misu and Ronnie and Greg Chimsaw. And basically also from Blenders, but there's a big train behind of Duckbird, who was holding these cars up. There was like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 car train. And now Cultural is losing position to Leo, so Leo dived up the inside, and Cultural is pitting actually. So has Cultural lost the front wing? Or is it just gonna pit for no other reason? And 5 second stop and go penalty for Cultural for speeding in a pit lane. And we have yellows in sector 2. And who has spun it? Who has spun it? So nobody has spun it, but there was quick yellows in sector 2. And yeah, Cultural has lost his front wing, and that's very awful for his Grand Prix. And that will promote Matt to P2 and Duckbird to P3 position. And there we go, we have still great battle for P2 position between Matt, Duckbird, Misu and Ronnie. And Duckbird using the EOS, and is trying to challenge on the outside of Matt, and Matt has spun it, and a little bit of contact with Matt, and Ronnie was collided also in that incident. And oh my goodness me, that was a massive crash between those three drivers, between Duckbird, Ronnie and Matt. And we have Ronnie, who has retired from the session. He had nothing to do with that incident, he was just in the wrong place in the wrong time. And we have a safety car, ladies and gentlemen, in this Grand Prix. Safety car is out in this Grand Prix. So what are these drivers going to do? Are they going to pit? Are they going to stay out? Or what on earth are they going to do? But that was very unfortunate Grand Prix for Ronnie. Definitely didn't deserve to retire. Great racing so far, and yeah, it just happened. It just happened. Yeah, Culture getting a 3 second top penalty for multiple warnings. But still, it's been a very hectic Grand Prix. The That incident between Tuckbird, I believe Tuckbird, Woney, and Matt is definitely gonna be investigated after this Grand Prix. Of course, the stewards have zero tolerance in in an incident which caused domino effect, and we'll see. Is Tuckbird gonna be? Tuckbird is not pitting. Leo is not pitting. Miso is not pitting. Greg Jimzo is taking the risk. He is pitting, or then he was included in that incident. And also we have Viso pitting. So we'll see. Maybe these drivers are gonna benefit in the end, and we'll see what is Greg Jimzo gonna change his front wing or not. And yes, they're changing his front wing, unfortunately. And his pit stop is very long, and he's gonna get overtaken by Viso, but hey, that's racing. As Hatsa is going back to the pits, Matt is going to the pits, so a lot of drivers actually going to the pits in this Grand Prix now. And we know that these drivers said that the rain is coming, so... And actually we have Blow Up, who has retired behind the safety car. Blow Up has lost his end plate, he's crashed out and he's DNF'd doing the safety car, going to the pits, and that was very unfortunate for his Grand Prix. He just missed the pits and he had to retire, so he's already fourth retirement of the session in this Grand Prix. And safety car brought the whole field back together as Leo's trying to warm up his tires, and I think obviously seeing a little bit of rain as we have Baku getting a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. And Woney warning, my tire went off by its own, laughed my ass off. Amazing game. Well, Woney, luckily Codemasters are bought by EA for next year's game, so we won't have these kind of glitches. And yeah, Codemasters games, they made it amazing games since F1 2009, the Nintendo Wii edition. Overtake on the other saying no, Blow Up 1004 no. Yeah, he made a mistake, and he just couldn't do anything. He made a mistake, that's it. I'm not gonna candy coat it, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, that's it, he made a mistake and that's it. Yeah, safety car is out. We have some drivers who have pitted for the new tires, which are Viso, Carl Turl, Greg Jimzo, and we have a 5-second penalty between Viso and Archie Gill. So they've tapped each other a little bit, and that's given 5-second penalty for both. So you have to be very careful behind the safety car to not get those incidents. And now Carl Turl overtaking Baker for some reason, and now Greg Jimzo overtaking Baker. Safety car is still out. Matt is overtaking Baker. So what's happening to Baker? Is Baker gonna take the risk? Is he pitting for intermediates? Because I think that it's starting to rain actually in my screen. I don't think are you seeing it, guys, but in my screen it's definitely raining a little bit in the track. Oh, is it just gonna change his front end plate? No, he's changing his front end plate, but yeah, he said he's putting intermediates. I said it's raining. It's raining. It's definitely raining, and we'll see. This is a game-opening chance for Baker. This is what like Jensen Button did in his time in Formula 1. Always when it started raining a little bit, he was the first one to react to the conditions and pit. And we'll see. Baker is going to catch up to everybody else, and we're going to see his driving a little bit. He's going to gain... Definitely he's going to gain from this. Like, if it's going to rain massively in the next 2 laps, he is going to be in a very, very good positions. Maybe even to win this Grand Prix, who knows? Because yes, the rain is coming. The rain is actually coming. So Baker did a masterclass strategy. And in Belgium, long track, the track is going to get wet very quickly. And if the safety car is going to leave after this lap, and everybody else is going to go to the pits, and Baker is the only one to stay out in the track, ladies and gentlemen, then Baker has officially done a Markus Winkelhock strategy. Remember Markus Winkelhock, debuting 2007 Spiker Nürburgring, started the race with wets when everybody else started with slicks. Then 1 lap later, everybody else came to the pits, and Markus Winkelhock was leading the race by 30 seconds. 2007 Nürburgring Spiker, never forget. But yeah, it's raining. It's definitely raining. Like, I gotta hope safety car would stay out one more lap, but I don't think it will. And are these drivers gonna go to the pits or not? That's the thing. And is safety car coming in this lap? Safety car is coming in this lap, and Veikko has already caught up the whole field. And I believe he's very comfortable to drive in this track in the rain. And it's actually coming down very, very quickly, so I think it's gonna be DRS disabled after this lap. So I might think everybody else might have to go to the pits. Actually, we'll see, as we're gonna go to broadcast mode now, and Leo is gonna lead up the grid. And it's gonna be 5 lights and a wave goal for this Grand Prix so far. And yes, it is. Leo is holding the grid up, and he's gonna go to the pits. No, it's not, but Tuckbird is going to the pits. Tuckbird is reacting to these conditions. Misu is staying out, but Tuckbird is definitely going in with a safety car. And so is Jake. And we have a spinning Ferrari. I think we are spinning AlphaTauri, so everybody is actually spinning. And I believe Veikko made a masterclass strategy because of this. And he's moving up positions like left, right and center. So very good from Veikko, and now he's in P9 position. So he made a masterclass strategy because of this one. Just because I made a British accent for, well, accidentally. Marius Daniel taking the intermediates. Everybody taking intermediates. So the first 10 drivers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers are in intermediate, so very good. And Veikko has overtaken Hartza for position, even before Roos. And is Hartza gonna challenge him down the inside? Yes, he is, but he's gonna overshoot his braking. Yes, he is. He's overshooting his braking, and I believe Veikko has overtaken him, and that's P8 for Veikko. So very good strategy for Veikko, and I want to see the gap to the leader, 11 seconds. So he will be definitely taking the lead of this Grand Prix, and I want to see the what it looks like on Leo's eyes to drive in the wet track. But this race has been amazing. It has been such an incredible Grand Prix so far, with Misu being P2, Blender P3, Kemi at P4, Laxon P5, challenging Kemi up for position, and Greg Sims are P6. Veikko is actually overtaken Archie Gills. So Veikko, total underdog, total surprise, is currently about to win the Grand Prix here today. Okay, we still have a long race, but he has the intentions, he has the opportunity to win a Grand Prix here today, because he was the first driver to react to these conditions. And we have yellows in sector 2, and I believe that's Hartza who has spun it. Yeah, Hartza has spun it, and he's losing a lot of positions now to the others. And I hope it's not going to bring out the safety car. And we have another driver out. Archie is out. Archie is out. So the rainy conditions in Belgium are playing its part. And Veikko has already caught up to the rest of the field. But are these drivers going to pit? Yes, he is. Leo is pitting. Oh, almost clipping the wall. Misu is going to pit. Blender is going to pit. Everybody's going to pit. Kemi up. And Veikko will take the lead of this Grand Prix because of this. And Veikko, for the first time in EFL, first time leading the Grand Prix in EFL. I don't think he's ever scored points in EFL, and now he has the legitimate chance to fight for the win. And I want to see the gap, what it is between Jake and Veikko, and this 1.6 seconds. And we have Jake in P2, Matt in P3, Tuckbird in P4, Marius in P5, Carlton in P6. So this has actually screwed up the grid a little bit, so it's very good to see. And we have Arts in P15, Hartza P14, Visor P12, Laxon P11, and the yellows in sector 1, and there's Veikko. Don't say Veikko has spun it, don't say Veikko has spun it, and no he's not, but he's lost the position to Jake already, as Duckbird has spun it and lost tremendous amount of time because of his spin. But 2 Red Bulls still in P4 and P5, and we have Blender who's lost his car in the air, Woos lost his car in Radilon section, and is that gonna bring out the safety car or not? And I don't think that's going to bring out the safety guys. Hartza got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And Jake is leading the Grand Prix from Veikko. And Veikko is already under pressure from Matt. Is Matt going to challenge to Pujon? Is he going to challenge Veikko to Pujon? Yes, he is. And he got the maneuver done. And Veikko is in P3 already. So Veikko is losing positions like that. But he still has a big gap for the 2 Red Bulls behind. But 2 F7R drivers are leading the Grand Prix, with Ferrari of Jake, starting from the last place, is leading the Grand Prix. So that's the crown and jewel of Formula 1. When you have mixed conditions racing, anybody can actually win the Grand Prix. That's unbelievable. As we have Veikko P3, Marius in P4, Leo in P5, Cartel in P6, Tuckbird in P7, Misu in P8, Kamiap in P9 and Laxon in P10 position. And it looks like the two Red Bulls are gonna go side by side with each other, but it looks like the rain is coming down even harder now in Belgium. And Marius is letting his teammate go, saying you're faster and go up and challenge Veikko for position. And Leo made a mistake and lost the position back to Marius Daniel. And now they're gonna go side by side once again. This is gonna help Veikko a little bit, as Leo is diving up the inside, but is Marius gonna let him go? They're gonna go side by side in their woos. Oh my god, who's gonna lift off? Come on, are these divers gonna go side by side in their woos? No, they're not. Marius let it, Leo go. But in rain, it's very hard to overtake because you don't have the RS open. And Veikko is like a sitting duck. He can't do anything about this. He's now in P4. So what seemed like a good strategy for Veikko is now costing him, unfortunately. But he has to practice a little bit more to be fighting for those positions. As Vaizo is moving up to P9 position, with fighting with Kamiap and Laxon. As there we go. I think Laxon lost 2 positions in that fight, which promoted Vaizo and Kamiap to P9 and P10. Laxon P11, Grak in P12, Hartza P13, Blender P14, RC P15. But we have Jake and Matt leading the field from Leo, and Leo is charging up to the field now, as Veikko is really struggling in these conditions so far, holding up Marius Daniel and Cartel. And beautiful overtake from Cartel, who is enjoying himself in these conditions, but Veikko is going to defensive line. He doesn't want to lose any more positions, but he really is holding up everybody in this Grand Prix, and he's going very slowly in that corner section. I feel bad for Veikko. Like, this was his opportunity to win the Grand Prix, but it wasn't enough, and now they're gonna go side by side in the Max Verstappen corner. Is Carter gonna overtake around the outside? He's looking for the opportunity. They're gonna go side by side with each other. And looks like Carter got the maneuver done. And now we have Marius Daniel and Tuckbird fighting for position. So we have Williams car and Red Bull car going side by side with each other. Veikko has been dropped to P5 position now. As is Marius gonna dive it up the inside? No, it's not. And Marius got ahead of Red Bull of them has car, but that promoted also Tuckbird in front of Marius Daniel, because they went side by side with each other, Marius Daniel and Veikko, and that promoted Tuckbird to P4 position. But Tuckbird has made a mistake. He's made a mistake and he's lost tremendous amount of time because of that. He used the restart to track, but he made a very big mistake, and that promotes. And Vaizo has also made a big mistake in this Grand Prix. He's being dropped back to P10 once again, and he's gonna go side by side with the McLaren. And yeah, it's over. P10 for Vaizo and P11 for Tuckbird. So as Misu is overtaking Veikko for P7 now, and Veikko is making mistakes like no other, and now he is dropped back to P10. So he was leading the Grand Prix, but 2-3 laps later he is in P10 position. So Jake still has a 4.6 second lead over Matt, while Leo follows in P3, Cartel in P4, Marius in P5, Misu in P6, Laxon P7, Kamiap in P8, Vaizo P9 and Veikko in P10 position. Well, we have 50% of this Grand Prix left so far, as we have Tuckbird overtaking Veikko at the moment for P11 position. As I'm quickly gonna save the clip. There we go. Because I'm gonna make race highlights like always. And looks like the two F7R drivers are very comfortable in the position they are now. But Laxon is now challenging Misu for P6 position. And the rain is coming down harder now in the track, so I believe it's time for the wets in this Grand Prix. Like, if we're gonna see from TV pod view, yeah, it's definitely time for wets. These intermediates, I believe, they are not ready for these conditions anymore. Like, definitely you need to go for the wets. But who is gonna go? Who is gonna stay out? Who is gonna take the risk? And who is gonna gamble? And who is gonna play it safe? And pit. And we have Laxon, who's using almost all of his EOS to try to get past of Misu. Misu is using his EOS to stay ahead of Laxon. Both of these drivers having a very great Grand Prix so far. As we have a Greg overtaking Beiko for P11 position, as Beiko is a little bit under trouble now, and now he's dropping back to the last places with his teammate. As we have Archie, who's last place with 25 seconds behind everybody else, and we have Kemiap, who's been overtaken by Vaizo, as Vaizo almost loses his car. And now Beiko is already behind his teammate, and he lost the position to Hatsa. So from leading the Grand Prix to P13 just like that in 3 to 4 laps. But hey, he got to taste the fight with the big boys for a little while. So that was pretty good from his part. But yeah, the gaps are very big. Actually, Leo is catching up to Matt. So actually, yeah, we'll see. Is nobody gonna pit anymore? Yeah, nobody's pitting. 10 laps remaining. Nobody's staying out. As we have Beiko losing positions to his teammate, so Beiko is definitely struggling in these conditions. No fights going on so far, ladies and gentlemen, so please, if you have time, write your favorite moment from Spa-Francorchamps in real life or in league racing, and we will read them out in this stream. Laxon still 9 tenths behind of Misu. The battle for P6 is going to be amazing. Actually, Leo now only 1.9 seconds behind of Matt, so great to see. Laxon is gonna maybe look down the inside. No, he's too far behind, and he couldn't make the maneuver stick. And we have a new comment coming from Joni Häkkinen, overtake Schumacher in 2000. Oh yeah, the best overtake in Formula 1 history. You have 3 drivers. You have Mika Häkkinen, Michael Schumacher, and Ricardo Zonta. And they went, so basically Häkkinen basically took the inside line. Michael was leading, he took the outside line. And then we had a lap car of Ricardo Zonta in the middle. So basically in those times of Formula 1, overtaking on the inside when you're going 3 wide, it was nearly impossible. But when Schumacher overtook Ricardo Zonta on the outside, Häkkinen overtook Zonta on the inside, and then he was able to outbrake Michael and overtake both of them in that Camel Straight corner. So we saw Häkkinen overtaking 2 cars inside of Camel Straight, which was actually really incredible overtake back in the day. So yeah, that was very good choice, Joni. That was very good choice. It's one of my favorites also, like definitely. But now Laxon is challenging Misu for P6 position, and he's diving up the inside for the bus stop chicane, and they're a little bit tapping wheels. And Vaizo is joining to this barbecue party. Is he gonna do 2-for-1 deals, saying thank you very much, I'll take my coupons, and I'm moving on. And Vaizo moving up to P7 positions, but Misu tries to fight around the outside. He tries to keep his line, and they're a little bit tapping wheels. They're gonna go side by side with each other, but it looks like Vaizo got the maneuver done. Vaizo to P7 position, as Matt takes 3-second time penalty, so this is gonna change everything. And I forgot that penalties can change everything, so we don't know who's gonna win this Grand Prix and who's not gonna win this Grand Prix. As now Vaizo is the man in the mission. He's trying to overtake Laxon. Laxon is moving down the inside. They're gonna go side by side with each other. And he couldn't make the maneuver stick. Very good defending from Laxon, but he's gonna get a better line for this corner. He's gonna dive up the inside. No, he's not. He's looking for better opportunities in other parts of the track. But he's so much faster. He's basically following Laxon through these corners. He knows he has much more pace than Laxon. He is hungry, and he's gonna dive up the inside to the corner without a name, Pujon, as Laxon takes a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. But yeah, if Vaizo can follow this closely to Laxon in these conditions, it means that Vaizo is seconds a lap faster than him. So basically this is the only battle going on in the track at the moment. These 3 drivers for P6 position. But now, actually, is Leo wide behind Matt? Actually, the gap to Matt... wait, what is the gap to lead? So the gap between Leo and Matt is 5 seconds. Right, so that was good to see. But Vaizo is gonna dive it up the inside now. No, it's not, but he's so much faster. He's definitely so much faster. As now Quack Chimsa has overtaken Duckbird for P10 position, and very good overtake from Quack Chimsa. And looks like nobody's bidding for the wet tires, it seems. Nobody wants to take the risk. But we have Vaizo following Laxon, and Beikko gets a 3-second penalty due to corner cutting. And Vaizo's using his EOS, and he's very close, 2 tenths, 1 tenth, now 0.067 second. Thousandths of a second, 67 thousandths of a second, and they're gonna go side by side with each other. And looks like Vaizo got the maneuver done now. Now he got the maneuver done, and the homeboy moves to P6 position. Laxon is trying to keep his line, but he lost his car. And he has to wait for everybody else to go. And we have yellows in sector 2, and he is struggling coming back to the track, and yeah, that was brief yellows in sector 2. And that will promote Vaizo P6, Miso in P7, Kemi up in P8, Quack Chimsa in P9, and Duckbird to P10 position. And if the positions are gonna go like this, Leo he will be taking the lead in the Drivers' Championship by 7 points, because Stace Leroy is not racing here today. So if we're gonna finish like this, Leo will be a new championship leader after this Grand Prix. Basically no battles going on in the track at the moment. One safety car would spice up the field a little bit, and so come on guys, one more safety car, and everybody pits to wets, or some people pit to wets, some people take the intermediates, and then we'll see. And we have Cultural pitting. Cultural is pitting. Actually, what did I just jinx? What did I just jinx? Are they pitting because of the They're taking the new intermediate, so I know why. They're doing another pit stop, so maybe the intermediates can't go to the end. As Cartel and Maris are coming back to the track with the new intermediates, so probably the intermediates were so worn that they had to pit. As we have Laxon pitting also, because well, Laxon lost his front end plate, and they have to change his tires. Yeah, they're changing his front wing. A battle for P7 actually is coming close. We have 4 drivers in a battle for P7 between Hardsaw, Duckbird and Quack Chimsa. Leo is still, it's getting closer, but it's 5.8 seconds. It's 5.7, 5.8 seconds, but we don't know how the penalties go. He doesn't have a penalty, but Jake and Matt have penalties. I don't want to spoil who has and who doesn't have what amount of penalties, because I want it to be a surprise. Hudson takes a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. As we have 6 laps remaining, and Jake is pitting and Matt is pitting, so what on earth are these guys doing? They're pitting from the lead spot, and oh, Jake didn't have the tires ready. He didn't have the tires ready. The Ferrari crew has completely messed up, and he didn't have his tires ready, and he's pitting for the new Inters. What on earth is going on? Why on earth they have the tires ready, and Matt has taken the lead of this Grand Prix because of this. So why on earth the Ferrari crew didn't have the tires ready? He had to wait extra 7-8 seconds in the pits, and we have Vaizo also pitting, so the tires are not going to the end. And Vaizo is serving a 5-second stop and go penalty, so Leo is the only one in this field to not make a pit stop in the front. But oh my goodness me, Matt, Jake lost tremendous amount of time because of this, and we have Carl Churl also pitting, Vaizo is pitting, Quack Chimsa is pitting, and Vaizo served his 5-second stop and go penalty. And he will come back in P11, and Crack seems I will come back in P12 position, but can these stars really go to the end? Can't they really go the maximum to the end? And Leo is now leading the Grand Prix by 12 seconds or 13 seconds to the rest of the field. As the rain comes down harder and harder, it will be impossible for these drivers to control the cars while the end is coming to the near. As we have 5 laps remaining in the Grand Prix. 12.6, 5 laps remaining. Is he going to risk it for the chocolate biscuit? Or is he just going to make an easy pit stop and secure P3 position and make sure he will be leading the championship after this Grand Prix? But we'll see what he's going to do. Is he going to pit or is he going to stay out? Because if he would win, if he would be first, 12 seconds to the back, 25 points to Taze Leroy, that would be like 17-point lead in a championship fight. Or 18-point lead. But we'll see, is he going to pit or is he going to stay out? He's staying out, he's not pitting, he is not making a pit stop. Yes sir, he's staying out. So only... Okay, 7 drivers made a pit stop, but few probably made because of the incidents. But it's going to be very, very interesting. But Matt is not catching up so much, and Jake is following Matt. And we have to remember, Leo doesn't have any time penalties, so this race is going to get juicier and juicier by the minute. So Leo might be able to actually win this Grand Prix if his tires will go the distance. And Jake already caught up to Matt. It's 7 tenths to Matt at the moment. As Jake is having a very good race in his first race as regular driver. He was driving the whole season as a reserve. Got promoted to Ferrari and now he's in P3. But that unfortunate pit stop by the Ferrari crew. The Ferrari crew, that pit crew weren't ready for the tires. And yeah, that little bit cost him. I'm not gonna lie. And Misu and Kamiap are going side by side with each other. And who's gonna win? Who has the bigger cojones? And it looks like Kamiap got the maneuver done and he promoted himself to P4 position. So very good job from Kamiap to get the P4. Still have a battle for P6 going on between Takbert, Hatsa, Blender and Marius. Actually Marius and Blender don't have any penalties. Waizo also now, because he made his 5-second stop and go penalty, he doesn't have any penalties either. And we have yellows in sector 1, so somebody has lost it. So Beikko has lost his car, and is that gonna bring out the safety car? That's a VSC. That's actually a VSC. And now this is a good chance for Leo to pit, because VSC is out, and if the tires can't go the distance, Leo will get basically a free pit stop. And yes, he's going to the pit, so this helped Leo so much, this VSC, and he's gonna win so much time because of this. Because these drivers can't go to the pedal to the metal. Yeah, they have to slow down, definitely. Another VSC is out, and Matt is actually losing positions, and Jake is gonna overtake Matt for P1 position. They're gonna go side by side with each other, but Leo is coming back also in the track. And now looks like Jake got the lead from Matt, and Leo is gonna rejoin back in P3 position, but the gap is only 2.4 seconds because of the safety car. So we're gonna see an epic last 3-lap battle between these drivers. And Matt is probably wanting to challenge Jake for position. He's using his ERS, he's using his DRS, he's using his straight line speed of that McLaren. McLaren against Ferrari, like in the old days of Formula 1, like Niki Lauda and James Hunt in the 1970s, or like Lewis Hamilton, Kimi Raikkonen in the 2000s, or Michael Schumacher, Mika Häkkinen in the 2000, McLaren and Ferrari battling once again for the win of this Grand Prix, like in the older days of Formula 1. And closely follows Leo in P3 position. Kamiap in P4. And we have Marius, who's overtaking Cartel for P10 position. Currently moving himself to P10 position. Lender in P9. Waizo P8. As Kamiap gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And Hartza has lost his car. Hartza has lost his car, and is that gonna bring out the safety car? Hartza lost his car completely, and we still have a chance for the safety car to appear. And we have VSC once again in this Grand Prix, so the game doesn't want to bring out the safety car. It brings out the VSC. Would have been great if we saw safety car here today, but nothing we can do. As Hartza P6 position goes down in the dumpster, and he will be kicking himself in the head after that one. And now it's 1.6 as actually Leo has overtaken Matt, so Matt has made a mistake somewhere. I've completely missed it, and now looks like Leo has overtaken Matt, and now I believe, oh, what on earth is Matt doing? And Matt is going to the pits, so what on earth is Matt is pitting. He's pitting once again, so he's probably lost his end plate or something. And that will promote Kami up to B3 position, so why is Matt pitting? Has he lost his end plate? So Matt has made a mistake somewhere in this track. And they're changing his end plate, so that's his race over, because there's no way he's gonna come back from that. And that's a very unfortunate mistake from him, and that will promote Kami up to P3 position. Kami up, a big surprise in this Grand Prix, currently holding the P3 position, but Matt is gonna come out in... And he's clipped the wall a little bit. He's just coming ahead of Blender for Life, but Blender for Life has a better exit. They're gonna go side by side with each other in the Airbus corner section, but Blender lifted off and decided to let Matt go in that corner section. And now it's 3.4 seconds between Jake and Leo, so the battle for the win is gonna be an epic one. While Kamiab is having his battle with Misu Tiramisu for P3 position. As Tuckbird gets a 3-second penalty, and we have Cultural actually pitting for the wets. And we have Artsy actually also pitting for the wets, for the intermediates, but Cultural pitting for the wets. Now, this is great to see. Is he going to catch up, or is the track ready for the wets? He's losing time, so definitely he's not ready for the wets yet. But Jake has done everything correct here today. And he has a chance to win this Grand Prix. Of course, the penalties are going to play its role in the end, but if he can keep the gap over 3 seconds, he's going to win the Grand Prix. And if Kamiab can hold Misut behind, he's going to collect the P3 also. Well, Misut doesn't have any penalties, but still. We can see what's going to happen in the end. "14 seconds now between Kamiab's gap to Leo, so Kamiab has lost a tremendous amount of time. Miso is just 1.6 seconds behind of Kamiab. These are the only drivers who haven't done a second pit stop in intermediate tires. Of course, Blender hasn't either, and Artsy neither, but yeah. But yeah, once again, the Belgium Grand Prix once again showing its ugly face and showing that nothing is over until the fat lady sings. Anything can change, and looks like Jake might be taking first ever win in EFL. Of course, Leo has won a Grand Prix already in this season, and that was in Austria, the home Grand Prix for Red Bull. Just quickly, I'm just gonna see, so it looks like it's either gonna be Leo or Jake who are going to win this Grand Prix. Well, Kamiab has over 1.3 second lead over Misu Tiramisu. Tuckbird follows in P5 position. Vaizo is catching up to them, so Vaizo could also maybe if he gets past of Tuckbird and gets past of Misu, he might be able to challenge for P3 position. But at the moment, looks like F7R Jake from the last places with a qualifying ban is about to win this Grand Prix. Actually, let's see what position did he start the Grand Prix. He started from P17, so no, we had 19 drivers. He started from P17 and now he's leading the Grand Prix. I remember what other driver did that once, and that was Kimi Raikkonen in Japan 2005. Started race in P17, overtook Giancarlo Fisichella in the last lap and won the race. And in the olden times of Formula 1 2005, that was considered like amazing result, because you know, people weren't used to see drivers to come from the last places to actually winning the race. Now, but the gap between Jake and Leo is 3.3 seconds, so it's not over yet. It's not over until the fat lady sings. One mistake can cost anything, and it's going to be between these two drivers who is going to win the Grand Prix. And we have Greg Jimsa overtaking Marius. And we have actually Blender moving up 2 positions to P7 now, so Blender has overtaken all of these cars for P7 position, and UDF and Vaizo overtaking Tuckbird for P5 position, so Vaiso has done very good job in this Grand Prix so far. And the gap between Leo and Jake is 3.4 seconds. These drivers are going side by side with each other. And now Misu has made a mistake. Where on earth did Misu make a mistake? Misu made a big mistake and he lost tremendous amount of time. And now Vaiso has a chance to take the P3 position. Unbelievable. Pole position. Making a big mistake, losing his end plate, and now he might take P3 in the end. This is incredible. This is incredible. This is just amazing, amazing job, beautiful job from all of these drivers. But Jake has done everything here correct here today, and he is probably going to win the Grand Prix, but we'll see. It's not over until the fat lady sings. And he's coming towards the final corner. Who is going to win this race? He's coming towards the final corner. Jake has done everything correct here today. And is it going to be Jake or is it going to be Leo who's going to win this Grand Prix? We're going to see that very shortly. And Jake, you are a race winner. First ever win in EFL. Congratulations, you have won your first Grand Prix in EFL. This is incredible. Jake wins and Leo is going to finish second. Unbelievable job. And that was incredible. Jake winning his first race in EFL in a stunning upset from P17. Ladies and gentlemen, Ferrari has returned to the top with F7R Jake winning the race in Belgium. First ever win with Ferrari in the EFL. First ever. We haven't seen a Ferrari win in Season 1, Ferrari win in Season 2, but now we see in Belgium Grand Prix. That was a stunning upset in EFL's history, ladies and gentlemen. And I had to do the Rocky intro, sorry. And Leo finished P2, Vaiso finished P3. Incredible job from Vaiso, who actually finished in P3 after making so many mistakes. So that was your top 3. Jake, Leo and Vaiso. Unbelievable race, unbelievable. And who's your draft today? Of course it's Jake. From P17 to winning this Grand Prix. The interview box is going to be interesting. It's going to be so interesting. So I had to make that Rocky thing. I'm sorry guys. I had to make it. I love Rocky moves so much. But yeah, here's the top 3. The Ferrari man is very happy. He's very happy. And he is taking the winner's trophy. Unbelievable job from him. And he's champagning and campaigning. He's spreading the champagne to Leo, and that was a very great result from Leo. Also P2, and great job from Vaiso coming back to P3 position. Unbelievable job. Unbelievable. And here's your winners. Jake wins the Grand Prix from Leo, and Vaiso takes P3. Came up amazingly in P4. Misu 2 and Misu P5. Blender once again great race in P6. Tuckbird P7, Maurice P8, Matt in P9. Greg Simsall takes the final point. Archie P11, Laxon P12, Culture P13, Hudson P14, and the DNFs are Bake, Blow Up, Voni, Maikun, and Chappelle. And we're gonna take a quick screenshot for a moment. There we go. Hopefully we can save the race. Please let me save the race. It doesn't let me save the race. Oh my god, don't say it glitched, oh my god, don't say I can't make any highlight videos. Hopefully it took like 60 minutes. But that was great racing, and we're gonna invite the top 3 to the interview box. But yeah, that was an unbelievable Grand Prix. That was an unbelievable Grand Prix. And we're gonna invite... we're gonna invite the top 3 to the interview box. So it was F7R Matt. So one moment guys. F7R Jake, I mean. It will take me a while to invite these guys. There we go, we have Jake. Then we had Leo. Leo 27. Bear with me guys, we're just gonna invite these drivers to the interview box. And UDF and Vaiso, so now we got all 3 interviewers in the correct order, and we're just gonna wait for the these drivers to join. And that was a very great Grand Prix, and I believe Jake is going to be very happy after that race. So that was great to see, and we have race winner Jake joining us here with us today, and we're just going to wait for the other two drivers to join, and then we'll get this interview started. So there we go. We have Leo joining the party, who finished in P2 position, and now we're waiting for the Viso, UDFM Viso, to join the barbecue party also, and then we're gonna start this interview. And there we go. Viso has joined to the party. So, ladies, drivers, do you have your voice sharing on?
I do.
All right. So, yeah, everybody has voice sharing on. Jake, do you have a voice sharing on? Alright, so we're gonna start from P3 driver Viso. Unbelievable race. You took pole position, you crashed out in the middle parts of the Grand Prix, but then you made a comeback in intermediate conditions. You made a mistake in rainy conditions also, but somehow you finished in P3. So please tell us about the race. How was the race for you? Was it frustrating? Was it amazing? How was it? And how do you feel being in podium in your home race?
Kind of shitty in my opinion, because I put it on pole. I felt like I had the pace, but unfortunately I made some mistakes and I ended up being at the back of the grid, needing to make a comeback.
Yeah, but if you're gonna look from qualifying to race, was there any good parts of this race? Even though, okay, the podium is always good, but was there any positives from this Grand Prix?
I guess just seeing my pace against the others in the intermediate conditions.
Yeah, that was amazing though, to see the overtakes and pole position. Don't forget the pole position. You like did you guys know that the rain is gonna come immediately after a few minutes? Like, Viso, did you know that you have to drive this one lap and then that's gonna be it?
No, I didn't. I just didn't hear anyone fire up their engines and I just went out. But from the moment I finished my lap, I saw the clouds and I assumed I had pole.
Alright, very good job. Congratulations for P3 position. Then, Leo, P2, you had a solid race. No mistakes, and it was a great race from you. You take the lead in the Drivers' Championship, so tell us about the race.
This race was so stressful. The Eau Rouge was incredible hard. The car felt like on ice, really, and yeah.
Were you trying to catch Jake in the end, because Jake had penalties, you didn't have penalties? How hard were you pushing in the last laps?
Yeah, I tried, but I didn't have ERS left. And probably if I would had more, I would catch him.
You would have caught him, alright. So, but you'll be taking the championship lead from Taze Leroy. So after 4 rounds, you're taking back the lead in the Drivers' Championship. Do you have any comments on that?
I'm so happy for that. Yes. I hope I will continue this podiums.
Yeah, definitely. You had an amazing race. You had an amazing season so far. But then, man of the match, man of the hour, the god of Belgium, who returned the mighty Prousey horse, the Ferraris back to the top. Jake, unbelievable race from P17 to first place. You started the race from last places. You reacted to the intermediate conditions. You took the lead. And you lost the lead once again when the Ferrari pit crew weren't ready for your tires. Just tell us about the race. How does it feel to win a Grand Prix? First ever Grand Prix in EFL. Please tell the viewers, how do you feel at the moment? You have no idea how you won. Do you have any emotions, any reactions? Like, come on. You have no idea how you won. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so it was, I can imagine like did you think after that pit stop when the Ferrari pit crew were holding you up for I don't know 5-6 seconds, did you think okay the win is now over, or did you still have that feeling inside of you like nah we're gonna still win it, we're gonna still get it, like did it affect at all in your focus, the pit stop? Alright. Alright, congratulations, and ladies and gentlemen, please take your hats off for the national anthems of drivers and national anthem of constructors. So please listen up for the national anthems of God Save the Queen of UK and Italy. There we go, that was the national anthems of UK's God Save the Queen and Ferrari's Italy national anthem. First ever win for Ferrari ever in EFL. Congratulations for Jake for taking his first ever win in Formula 1 in EFL. Congratulations for Leo for P2 and amazing comeback from Weisel for P3 positions. Thank you for the viewers, thank you for all the drivers for participating this week's race in EFL. And next week, please join us when we're going to be racing in USA, round 6 USA. So for all the viewers, all the drivers, I was Eric, owner and commentator of EFL, and wherever you are in the world, this was EFL, and good morning, good day, good night, and we'll see you next week in EFL Round 6 USA. You don't want to miss it. See ya!